is day 67 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are like down to the wire, like a minute or less left. I don't even know if it's going to register as March 8th on Twitch, so we'll see. I'd say the 9th. Maybe we cut it too close. We'll find out. But regardless, with that said, we are continuing on through HTML and CSS. Actually, I don't have chat open. There we go. Chatified. Golden. We got chat, OBS, mic, webcam, the later stream. I think also timer. We're just gonna set it for 45 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna set a timer day even. Beautiful. Onwards. So yeah, we're just gonna party for that amount of time. So 50% of the way through, I believe we are now at CSS. And section 1, well, lesson 1 of section 4. Yeah. Let's dive right into it. Mic good? Kosher, mostly? Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Ah, yes, seeing is believing. With the puppy photos and such. Okay, seeing is believing. Take a look at the HTML file index.html. Pretty standard, right? You know all this stuff: headers, paragraphs, image, list, and tables. Look in the preview pane. No surprises there. In fact, it's pretty ugly if you ask us. The style sheet.css tab, which we will teach you how to use in this course, contains all the CSS styling information, where HTML elements should go, what color they should be, and how big they should be, and more. We've commented out a crucial line in the index.html file. If you remove the comment, the caret exclamation hyphen hyphen in line 4 and we're totally going to read that, totally threw us off. If you remove the beginning comment tag, we'll refer to it as, in line 4 before the text and the ending comment tag in line 6 after the text, you'll be able to see the magic CSS in bars. Do not delete the actual link tag. Remove the comment from around link tag on line 4. Blah, diddity, blah. Oh, well, that's the whole instruction. We'll read through it. Remove the comment tag around, remove the comment from around the link tag on line 4. Then view the result in the preview pane to see what you'll soon be able to do with CSS. You can click full screen to see all images. Okay. Just the comment tag. We can start to see it. Nice. I am the angriest puppy in the world. This has been scientifically proven with several clinical trials. Alright, and my bros. Cool. Lovely. Dog profile. Next lesson. Section 2 of what? 16? 25? 87. Wow, 26. That's a lot of CSS fun. We'll see how big of a dent we can make in this time frame. What CSS is. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, is a language used to describe the appearance and formatting of your HTML. A style sheet is a file that describes how an HTML file should look. That's it. We say style sheets are cascading because the sheet can apply formatting when more than one style applies. For instance, if you say all paragraphs should have blue font, but you specifically single out one paragraph to have red font, CSS can do that. We'll talk more about cascading in section 4. Instructions. On style sheet CSS, the tab near the top of the screen next to index.html, we've put in the CSS to make the paragraph text red, but you need to add the CSS that will make the text between span tags blue. Fill it in, click Save and Submit Code. A hint, use red as a model for your own CSS. Click on the style sheet. In that tab, we've put CSS to make it red, but you need to add CSS that will make it span between. Write your code here. Just color red. Yeah, be the same. We've seen this before. Hell, we've done this before. Red. Make sure to add color blue to the CSS span. Did I miss something? Oh, I did miss something. Tags blue. Okay. We've put in the CSS to make the paragraph text red, but you need to add the CSS that will make the text between span tags blue. Fill it in and click so. My bad. Blue. Okay. Oh, what are we doing? Why separate form from function? Great work. Look at you. You're already writing CSS. There are two main reasons for separating your formatting CSS from your functional content structure HTML. One, you can apply the same formatting to several HTML elements without rewriting code, e.g. style equals color, red, over and over. You can apply similar appearance and other formatting to several HTML pages from a single CSS file. Look at the HTML in index.html. That's a lot of span tags. All those words are in regular font, but we want them to be super fancy. Go to the Style Sheet tab, tell the span selector that you want font family to be cursive. Click Hint if you need help. Let's see, making something red, and we had to type span color red. So if we put in font family cursive, that should fancify our font. I mean, ideally. Font family cursive. If it's in, it's out. So previously, we showed you how to do inline styling with HTML, like so. Key style, color red, red font. This is a less awesome way to style your website for the reasons we just mentioned. You have to write the same code over and over, and if you want to make a big stylistic change to several elements, you have to change every single style tag. With a single CSS file, you only have to make changes in one place. There are two ways to put CSS in one place. The first is to put your CSS between style tags, right in the same file as your HTML. These style tags go inside the head of your web page. Check out the example in the editor to the right. Make sense? Good. Hit save and submit to continue. Section 5. Link it up, but there's an even better way. You know you should write your CSS in a totally separate file, but how do you make sure your HTML file can see that CSS information? You do this by putting in a link tag, as you saw in the first section of this course. Between head, ... head tags of your HTML page, you link tag Your link tag needs 3 attributes. 1, a type attribute that should always be equal to text/CSS. A rel attribute that should always be equal to stylesheet. And 3, a href attribute that should point to the web address of your CSS file. In the editor to the right, you will see 2 files, index.html and stylesheet.css. Instructions: insert a link to stylesheet.css in index.html. Check out the hint if you need help. Hint: full syntax should look like this: link, blah blah blah, something ref style, bunch of quotes and equals and beautiful stuff. If you're getting strange number for the font size, like 44 point blah de blah, try resetting the zoom with Control or Command. Okay, so we've got our style sheet tab, we've got our HTML tab, we've got our head tag, our head section. We will be putting in the link, type equals relation equals and href slash attack and caret text slash CSS relation style sheet and href be the web address. In this case, it will be stylesheet.css. Is that? Yep. Actually, we are going to copy right there. Boom. Look at that. Gorgeous. PSA: self-closing tags. This brings us to a quick but noteworthy concept in HTML, the self-closing tag. Because nothing ever goes between link tags, it's okay to use a single set of carets to be the opening and closing tags. You do that like so. Well, exactly like we did in our last example, section 5. We just closed it on out. You may have noticed us to do something similar with the image tag. Yes. Most tags are not self-closing. We'll point out the self-closing ones to help save you time in typing. Alright, hit save and submit to continue to proceed to the next stop on your whirlwind tour of CSS syntax. Whirlwinding away. Syntax for the win tags. See what they did there? It rhymed. Damn it, that's impressive. Be happy. Okay. CSS syntax is different from the HTML you're used to, but don't worry, it's easy to pick up. The general format looks like this. Selector, property, value. A selector can be any HTML element, such as paragraph, image, table. You just take the carets to make paragraphs text. Oh god, the sneezing. My bad. Watch your face. Save yourselves. Oh god. This is how it ends. Death by sneezes. No bueno. I was able to mute the mic in that time for that one. We good? I think we're good. Tissue in case my face decides to explode. Like now. Oh, we barely managed to escape that. It almost got out of hand. Like the ending to Three Little Pigs. Actually, I don't recall the ending. Doesn't the wolf die? It was more like the beginning to the Three Little Pigs. Yeah, because towards the end, the houses get better and everyone lives. So this is definitely more like the beginning. Okay. There we go. We're all situated. Everything's mostly squared away. Okay. We're live. We're good. Crisis averted, mostly. Alright. Syntax for the when tax, selector, property. Make paragraph text. Okay, a selector can be any HTML element, such as paragraph, image, table. You just take the carets. You just take off the carets. To make a paragraph's text red with CSS, you'd type P, color red. Property is an aspect of a selector. For instance, you can change the font family, color, and size of the text on web pages, in addition to many more. A value is a possible setting for a property. Color can be red, blue, black, almost any color. Font family can be a whole bunch of different fonts, and so on. You need to end each property value with a semicolon. That's how CSS knows you're done with one pair and ready for the next. Okay, time for you to write some CSS all on your own. In the stylesheet.css tab, clickety-click, make the font color of the paragraph selector green. Check the hint if you need help. Remember the general syntax for CSS selector, property value, and blah. You know what? We're actually going to take your nice little general skeleton, because since it's basic, we still have to retype our own info, but since they've been so kind to provide that skeleton of the generic variety, we'll go ahead and use it. Paragraph. Color. And was it green? I believe it was. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's always fun. One selector, many properties. Great work. Another cool advantage of CSS is that you can set many properties for one selector. For instance, if you want to set a paragraph's font color and font size, you can simply write paragraph, font family, Arial, blue, font size 24 pixels. Remember, end each property value pair with a semicolon. Please note, if you've adjusted your browser zoom, test Please note, if you've adjusted your browser zoom, tests involving font size and height will not work correctly. To remedy this, please type Command+0 or Control+0. Okay. Whenever they start talking about the text, we just need to remember to avoid that. That story is going to get old very quick. Especially after going over HTML and CSS for 3 or 4 times. So, onwards. Underneath your color green property value pair, but before the final blah, set the font family to Garmin and the font size to 24. We're just gonna clean up this nightmare. Copy. Capitalize the G. Yeah, you don't. Give our friend a lovely semicolon. Dum 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 dum. Oh, look at how nice that was. Selectors, many properties. This is fun. This is enjoyable. I know we've gone over this before. I've gone over this before, but it's not exactly painful like Python was at times, which is It's nice for a short break. So, many selectors, many properties, good work. They say that practice makes perfect. What do you know? Right on point. We were just discussing the comfort of doing this so many times. Would have known. Good work. They say practice makes perfect. Let's do a couple more. We'll talk even more about selectors in the next course. Instructions: make all H3 headings red. 2. Set all paragraphs to the Courier font family. Make sure to capitalize Courier as shown. 3. The second paragraph contains text between span tags. Set the background color of that span to yellow. Get hint? Syntax, the nice generic we like. You can do this, write your own, and I believe we're just going to take you 3 times. One and 2, 3. Let's get an extra space, a little breathing room. H3. Red. Font family or paragraphs. We spell courier right? Yeah, we did. And lastly, I think it's just span for the span tags. Background color. Yeah, we're gonna copy that. Boom. I think that's pretty good. Oh, and they thought with a green check mark of reassurance. The importance of semicolons. As you start adding more and more property values. Yeah. Don't mind me. Contemplating on life. For some reason my yeah. Now my back is sore. I don't think if it's my spine or if it's my muscles in the back. Could be both. It's a lot of sitting. You see, I was sitting a lot in this chair already, but now that Breath of the Wild came out, I am sitting even more just playing that. That game's gonna consume my life. Totally worth it though. Oh. The back pain's worth suffering through. That game's spectacular. The pain is real. Yeah, that is hellish. Oh. Okay. We're good. We're good. CSS is for winners. Okay. Onwards. The importance of semicolons. As you start adding more and more property value pairs for each CSS selector, it's important to remember to put a semicolon at the end of each line. The semicolon tells CSS one property value pair is over, it's time to move on to the next one. Without semicolons, you'll become confused and your page won't look right. Also, don't forget all property value pairs for a selector are surrounded by a curly brace, by curly braces. Lovely. Instructions. The CSS and style sheet.css is broken. Some of the curly braces are out of whack and semicolons are missing. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, fix the CSS. Basically make everything look pretty. Good. Good. Nothing else is immediately jumping out that seems wrong, so that was it. Color commentary, great. You're really getting the hang of this. Well, it's important to get all your syntax correctly. It's also a good idea to write comments as you go along. Good comments will help remind you why you did something a certain way, or will help someone else if they're reading your code without you there to explain it. As you've seen, HTML comments look like this. I'm a comment. CSS comments, on the other hand, look like this. Slash, asterisk, blah. Remember, the computer doesn't look at comments when figuring out what your HTML and CSS should do, but writing good comments is a good habit you want to pick up. Instructions. See the CSS we've added to the P selector in style sheets. Comment it out, that is, put blank and blank before the P in the tab after the closing. Oh, that is hideous. Good. Nice. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. No? Too much? Kick it down a notch? Okay. You've learned a lot in just a few short lessons. We're impressed. Let's quickly review to make sure you really know your stuff. 1. Add a link to stylesheet.css between the head tags. Change H1 headers font family veranda. Make sure veranda is capital, not veranda, verdana, but veranda. That's a real word. Change the H3 headers front family. Front, yes. The front of the house, or is the front of the family? Okay, wow, we're losing it. This is what we get for doing such a late stream after midnight. The craziness boils up way quicker. We're changing something or other. We are ignoring all the instructions and we're just reading them out loud, and then we're going to go bullet point by bullet point and do it. Change H3 headers font family to Courier capitalized, make the paragraph text color purple, add CSS comment to the CSS comment tab, and say anything you like. Remember, HTML and CSS comments are written differently. And feel free to peek back at earlier nonsense, figure out what to do with your life. Where do we stand on, background color, typical. Let's do this. Link. Was it? It was not style. It was something equals blah. Relation. Equals blah and href. It was type. Text slash CSS relationship style sheet .css onwards h1 on family. No, Verdana. Dana. H3 on family courier, followed by paragraph, color purple, oh, the fun never ends, purple, and add a CSS comment to the tab. It can say anything you like. In fact, I think we're just going to leave it as theirs. CSS comment. Look at that. They don't like something. Did you remember to include an href style sheet in your link? Didn't we do stylesheet.css? Type style sheet href stylesheet.css. Maybe I did it wrong. Href stylesheet.css. Maybe it's a spacing issue. Maybe I need to have a space at the end. Oh, didn't like that. Okay. Not to worry. We'll take a peek at one of the earlier ones. Link it up. It seems not too sure. Link type, copy. Jump ahead to 12. And we did add the space, so let's get rid of the space. Try it again. Doesn't like that. It looks. No, something's. Look, it's further off. Style. Href. Oh. I forgot the equals sign. Ta-da. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. We'll get rid of that. There we go. We were so close. My bad. Alright. Hexel what now? Okay. You've got the main ideas. Now it's time to dive into the nitty-gritty. You've noticed that we've asked you to set color properties using CSS. We've been having you type things like color red. You might have asked yourself, what if I want maroon, fire engine red, or more of a red-orange? Does CSS know what all those does CSS know all those words? The answer is no. It can, however, understand millions of colors in the forms of hexadecimal values. You're already extremely familiar with decimal values. It's everyday counting. You know, when you see a number, e.g. 4,100, not 4,000, my bad, jumping ahead, 1,432, that each digit can only be the value, be the 10 values 0 through 9, because there are only 10 possibilities. We say that regular counting is base 10. Hexadecimal counting is base 16. Each digit can be the number 0 through 9 or the letters A through F. Crazy, right? Check out instructions. We've set the header in the editor to different hexadecimal values, which you can see on the CSS tab. Click over the results tab to see a wide range of colors. Hit save and submit to continue. Blankety blank 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 blank, CSS style, and the actual hexadecimal values. Nice. Okay. We are doing great. Save and submit. Words. Roses are red. ... There are a lot of tools available on the internet for looking up hexadecimal or simply hex color values. Search for hex color palette or hex color picker with your favorite web browser to find a bunch of options. Hex values always start with a £, are up to 6 digits long, and are case insensitive. That is, they don't care about capitalization. Capital FFC 125 and lowercase FFC 125 are the same color. Instructions: make the H3 color CC 666 blah, and H22 just kidding, and H2 color 8A2 blah 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 blah. Style sheet. Your CSS hex color here. Tongue tied. I am going to try one of the tools I learned, which is where if you got repeat values, you can just type the first, third, and fifth value since they repeat. So if I did C6, oh god, you'll see. We've seen it before. If you've been stuck here for the last 67 days, you know what to do. Or if you already know CSS, then, there's that. But C66 and we really should just copy this. Although I don't know if they're going to allow that. And maybe I don't remember. Perhaps I don't remember. Right formatting. Oh no, I think it's adding color. No, that looks like it works. Color. Golden. Pixels and M's, great work. We'll do more with colors as you learn more CSS. We've asked you to adjust font size. We've specified the unit you should use is pixels, is px for pixels, like so. P font size 10 pixels. A pixel is a dot on your computer screen. Specifying font size in pixels is great when you want the user to see exactly on their screen what you designed on yours, so it assumes your screen sizes are of familiar size. What if the user is using a screen that's very different size from yours, though, like a smartphone screen? Enter M's. Don't confuse them with the EM tag we use for emphasize. The font size unit EM is relative measure. 1 M is equal to the default font size of whatever screen the user is using. It makes it great for smartphone screens, since it doesn't try to tell the smartphone exactly how big to make the font. It just says, hey, 1M is the font size that you normally use. So 2M is twice as big, and half an M is half that size. Check it out. We've set 3 different font paragraphs to font sizes 1M, half an M, and 2M. For now, use whichever unit, pixel, or M you're more comfortable with. We just wanted to show you M now so you're not surprised when you see it later. Hit save and submit code. A font of knowledge. We've also asked you to change the font family to certain elements using CSS. You've seen us use the fonts Verdana, Courier, and Garmin. But how many fonts does CSS know? The answer is it depends. Most computers will understand popular fonts like Verdana, Courier, Garmin. Each individual computer has different fonts installed on it. The good news is that CSS has some built-in defaults meant to ensure your user sees what you intend. They are serif, a font with little decorative bits on the end of the strokes that make up the letters. Do a search on serif to see what we mean. Sans serif, plain looking font like this one. It doesn't have the little doohickeys on the end of each letter like serif font does. Cursive, a scripty font that looks like cursive writing. We'll show you how to import your own fonts, and of course this will help make sure the person viewing your page has all the fonts you want them to have. Instructions: set the font family of H1 header to serif, H2 sans serif, and H3 to cursive. Serif. Oh, nice. We have to do all the typing. So H1. Font family. We're gonna take you, copy. Oh. Do 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 do. I don't think they show Inspector Gadget on TV anymore. I'm going to be in cursive. Got serif. Doohickeys galore. I'm going to be sans serif font. Nice and boring. Very Stephen-like. And I'm going to be in cursive. The grandmother of bunch. Okay, golden. Next. Cool. 2 more in this section because I think the timer's about to run out. Is just dandy. Backup values. You don't have to jump straight to default value like cursive, sans serif. You can tell CSS to try several, going from one to the next if one isn't available. For example, if you write paragraph family, Tahoma, Verdana, sans serif, I always want to say Tacoma and Veranda, all of these other things that they aren't, but that's what comes to mind. Especially Tacoma, the truck, you know, Toyota, no, not important. Anyways, CSS will first try to apply Tahoma to your paragraphs. If the user's computer doesn't have that font, it will try Verdana next, and if that doesn't work, it will show a default sans serif font instructions. In the style sheet, .css tab, add times as an option before serif, Verdana as an option before sans serif, and Vivaldi as an option before cursive. Click the hint if you need. Here's a freebie for the serif line. you should have something like h1 on family times serif. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, times. We're just dropping them in. Do 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 do. There we go. That was the timer. But we're going to continue on. At least, through this bit, 17, and finish up 18. We'll call it quits right about after this one. Leaving section 2 for tomorrow. Good. Okay, so times. Copy. Vivaldi. That's a fun one to say. Beautiful green check mark for us. Review. Great work. You've learned tons so far. Let's take a quick breather to review. We've covered what CSS is, why we separate the form from function, CSS syntax, including multiple selectors, multiple property values, and comments, details of how colors, font sizes, and font families work, instructions, time for a little free play. Use the HTML and CSS files to the right to practice what you've learned. Hit save and submit code when you're ready to move on. Body, go bananas. I guess we just do a paragraph and call it bananas. That's exactly what we're going to do. Banana. Paragraph. Yeah, that's good. Ta-da! Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. That is freakishly yellow, but we've got a little banana. We'll do font size. We won't just call it quits there. Font size. 72 pixels. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Alright. And we're good. Fine. Jesus. Italicize or bold? Bold. We'll mix up balance between HTML styling and CSS. There. Don't mind me. There. That's as much as we're doing. We're calling it quits. Green check, golden. Just read this little blurb, and we're basically done. Background color, height and width. Remember our friend div and chat we've been neglecting. Background color, height and width. Remember our friend div how we used it to make those multicolored blocks. Time for you to build your own blocks. Well, block. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, and that's where we'll continue for tomorrow. Where did we end today so far? Code Academy. E. 50% of the way through, but more accurately, 69% of the way through section 4. I think our points should we no 750. It still went up. 760 points for the end of day something, day 67. 102 badges. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, well, we're gonna back out of this. Back out of that. And then we're jumping to OBS. We are powering down. Stop stream? Are you sure you want to stop stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.